Music composers often work behind the scenes. They are responsible for the creation of commonly known theme songs and soundtracks. If it wasn't already self-explanatory, music composers compose music, or as Shelley Field, the author of my very credible print source, would say in the first sentence of the job description found there, songwriters write songs. The music they write depends solely on who they're looking for and what the music is needed for. Like the music written for an average commercial isn't going to be nearly the same as, say, the Imperial March. They mainly work indoors and interact mostly with musicians. They can work full or part-time in offices, studios, or even from home. In college, a music composer will for sure take 4 different music-based classes per semester. They will take a music theory or analysis class, music composition, private lessons in an instrument of choice, and an ensemble class, like orchestra, band, or choir. A 4-year degree is typically preferred, but when I asked Dr. Rubin, a music composer, as well as professor of composition at UMD, how much college was necessary or required, he just laughed at my question and said, and I quote, "You don't have to go to college at all to be a composer." An advantage would definitely be travel. Jobs are typically found in more densely populated areas, so a music composer is very likely to live in New York or California or something like that. Also, composers are sometimes expected to travel about to meet with directors or musicians across country, or even across the world. This job is also beneficial in a more mental, emotional aspect. It allows one to be creative and have fun, and composers typically really love their job as it makes them really happy to express themselves through music. They spend a lot of time by themselves, not really talking to anyone, and are expected to sit indoors for very long periods of time. Also, they're not always paid to write music, which means they'll probably need a second job to live while they're not getting paid. Like the professor I interviewed is a composer, but since he's not always paid for his pieces, he has a steady job as a teacher. Another drawback would be that composers are not guaranteed certain insurance benefits with their job. This is because a good portion are self-employed. Getting these benefits is possible, of course, depending on if their employer provides it. This job provides a poor amount of job opportunities. Also, it's a very competitive field, as there are so many talented musicians and composers, but not enough jobs for them. I learned that it requires a lot of effort and motivation to achieve becoming an employed composer. I also learned that it doesn't really require college to be one.